YouTube. What's good? Your boy Protect Sports back with another video today. And today I am late on this topic, but let's get into it. Jalen Ramsey's asking for a trade. What are my thoughts on it? And what do I think he should be traded to? And should the Jaguars trade him, actually? So I want to talk about all that in this video, and be very, very organized about it. So let's start with the actual story here. Jalen Ramsey came to the Jacksonville Jaguars requesting a trade. And I don't know all the specifics, but I guess it's a Tom Coughlin and Jalen Ramsey type of situation where him and Tom Coughlin are on the same page. So, of course, with that being said, he wants out. So he wanted out, whatever. They played against the Titans 2 weeks ago. He plays pretty well, of course. He's one of the best corners in football, so of course he played well in that game. He had a flu. He had flu-like symptoms, I guess. That snowballed to him having his second child and him flying away from the team for a little bit to make sure the birth went well and all that stuff. Congrats to him on his second child, by the way. Also, after that, come to find out he actually had a lower back issue, a lower back injury, maybe back spasms or something. Not so sure what it was. He didn't suit up yesterday. First game he ever missed in his career, and he still wants out. But he doesn't want to have conduct detrimental to the team to where he gets fined or possibly suspended or whatever. He just wants out, okay, basically. So, my first question, my first part of it, should the Jags trade Jalen Ramsey? To me, I would try to mend things first, maybe. See if Jalen and the organization could come to terms with a new contract, maybe, or anything to keep Jalen happy, to keep him in Jacksonville. So if that doesn't happen, next thing, if you can't do that, then you have to move him eventually. Did it be before the trade deadline? No. Could be the offseason? Yes. But you'll eventually have to move Jalen Ramsey. All right. So what's some teams that I think that would? Well, let's get to that. What would be the compensation for a trade for a player of this caliber? The Jags are looking for 2 first-round picks. That's not happening. Okay, that's too much. No one's giving that up. So that's the trade demand. You had to score high. You had to aim high to get what you really looking for. So 2 first-round picks is what they're asking for. They'll probably get a first and a second, probably a first, a third, and a fifth, something like that, probably. But they won't get 2 firsts. It's not happening. So, and they have to pay Jalen Ramsey once they acquire him. So I'm looking at, like, I got 5 teams for you that had the cap room. They're willing to make the trade, and that had the draft capital. So let's start with the 5th team. I think that 5th team is the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles secondary is horrible. They're not playing well. Rasul Douglas like trash. Well, for the most part, he's like cold trash. Ronald Darby's hurt, and when he's on the field, he's not playing well either. Sidney Jones been getting cooked. Avonte Maddox got hurt. They need secondary help. They need a corner in the worst way. So I think the Eagles will be one of the first teams to give the call to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I heard they've been kind of in conversations, rumors. You know, the rumor reports on Good Jazz you see on Instagram pages and all that stuff. They're talking about the Eagles are in talks of acquiring Jalen Ramsey. Not sure how valid that is, but it makes sense. Another team, the San Francisco 49ers. They can use some secondary help. Richard Sherman's on the tail end of his career. He's still a really solid football player. Don't get it twisted. I think Sherman's still a solid corner, but he's definitely not a top 10 corner, not top 15 corner in this league anymore. He's a really solid starter. So they can use a true number one corner to be on the other side of Sherman and let Sherman handle the second receiver. And they could be really make some noise at that point if they acquire Jalen Ramsey. They got the draft capital. Not sure about the cap situation, but they seem like they have the cap room. It's not a lot of big contracts outside of Jimmy Garoppolo contract on their books right now, I don't think. They got rid of Pierre Garçon, so that contract's gone. And they don't have a lot of long-term contracts. There are huge contracts. Like Richard Sherman's contract isn't guaranteed based. It's more incentive based. So they're not really paying him a lot on the cap. If that makes sense. So the 49ers makes a lot of sense too. That's two teams. Another team that makes a lot of sense is not the Green Bay Packers, actually the what's this damn team? Damn it, I can't think of it. The Colts make a lot of sense. But I know it's within the AFC South Division. They have the draft capital, they have the cap room, they have plenty of cap room, and they can use another corner. Rocky Sin's like a really solid player. Some other corners are pretty decent, but none of them are Jalen Ramsey. And that makes their defense born out elite, especially with Darius Leonard eventually come back off the mend off his injury. And you have a Marcus Hunt and Jamal Sheard and all those boys on the defensive line. Malik Hooker will come back eventually. So you have your safety. You have Jalen Ramsey, Rocky Sin on both sides playing really good ball at corner. And Jacoby Brissett wanted to do nothing now at that point. He was had to manage the game and just be a solid starting quarterback. That would be huge for the Indianapolis Colts if they acquire Jalen Ramsey. But I think they will pay a little bit more than other teams because it's an inter-division trade. So they will see the Colts twice a year. So they will want the Colts to give up more than most teams to get Jalen Ramsey. So that's my third team. My fourth team would be, why not? The Patriots. The Patriots are always in talks of making their team better, and they're willing to give up draft capital for a player of Jalen Ramsey's caliber. You're not going to get a guy like Jalen Ramsey in the first round with a pick in every single draft. So if you get a first round pick for Jalen Ramsey in like a third or something, that's like a second and a fourth. You know what I mean? So that would be huge for the Patriots to acquire a guy like Jalen Ramsey. To pair up with Stephon Gilmore? Can you imagine that? Oh, goodness gracious. That would be scary. So that's my fourth team. And finally, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Now, their cornerback situation isn't the best in the world, so they be looking to go get a really good corner. And the best one available is what? Is who? Jalen Ramsey. So I think they would definitely improve their corner situation a ton by acquiring Jalen. And I think they can have the cap room depending on if they want to keep Jadeveon Clowney or not. If they want to keep him in Seattle or just a one-year rental or whatever it is. They might have the draft capital in the offseason to extend Jalen Ramsey right before the new league year starts and keep him around. So those are my 5 teams that will be in the running to get Jalen Ramsey. And those are the teams that make the most sense to me, in my opinion. Except for maybe the Colts, because they're inside the AFC South Division. But outside of that, I think the other 4 teams make a ton of sense. So that's my opinion on the whole Jalen Ramsey situation. I think they keep trying to mend it. If they can't mend it, you probably want to move him and move on with your life. And you try to get the best deal you can to replace that production you got from Jalen. All right, guys. Have a great Monday. Take it easy. Peace.